So, welcome. Welcome everyone to our latest episode of FableScape. I am Pietro, your master for tonight. Oh, forgot the tagline.
Yeah.
Hi, tic stacks and non-binary snacks.
Welcome to this episode of FableScape. I am Pietro, your master for tonight, and I'm here with my wonderful players, and we are ready to jump right in. So, in our last episode, your group delved deep in an underground cave system in search of the mysterious bat creature that slew Lady Isolda Nilyr, high researcher from the Library of Thalor. As you pushed ever deeper into the cave, accompanied by Mori, an arcane practitioner from the library, you came across something you were not expecting: the lair of a massive Otyugh, a beast normally living deep in the Underdark, that somehow found its way to the surface. And after a quick but vicious battle, you managed to secure the victory, but even if you managed to prevail, there was no time to celebrate, as this creature you were hunting made its appearance from the darkness. Dreading another tough fight in your already spent conditions, you realized the creature itself appeared severely wounded, with large gash marks not dissimilar to those you now sport after the fight with the Otyugh. And to your surprise, the creature spoke to you, requesting help, which you granted in exchange of some explanations about its motives and interests. From its broken common, you learned of a village destroyed by men clad in black leather, one of them having piercing eyes, blue eyes, whose description matches very closely a certain Captain Alban you met in the forest south of Sin's Landing, as he was being attacked by the very creature you are now speaking to. You started arguing about its fate, unsure whether to kill it, to let the scholars from the library conduct all sorts of experiments on it, or to simply leave it be. And as Maurice stepped in a conversation proposing a course of action, we begin today's session. So, I would like to... Not working today. I would like to propose you possible solution, or at least how close to one we can get. So, as I see the situation now, we have three options on the table. The first one, all with their problems. The first one is that we leave this be and report something else to the library, but that's not working for me. I could get in serious trouble if anything comes up, and I cannot trust this creature with such an important task. So that for me is not an option. Then we have simply go to the library and tell them what's going on and forget about it, which can work as well, but... And I'm not the one to argue necessarily against it, but morally we could say that whatever would happen to this creature is probably not going to be better than death, to put it mildly. The third option is we kill it here and go on with our lives. However, I would say there is an option that could potentially find common ground, if we may. And that is the law of the Enlightened. So, well, as the library was envisioned, especially after the events of the wise man heretic, it was decided that no one person should hold absolute control over the resources of the organizations. So 3 heads have been established, one for each part of the library, the 3 grandmasters, so that if one was to come up with something that the others wouldn't agree on, they would have the majority and be able to vote against it. However, that is not strictly true. This is something that wouldn't come up almost ever in different situations, but there is actually another role in the library that has overarching power, if you wish, albeit in a very peculiar way over the rest, and that is the Enlightened.
The Enlightened?
The Enlightened.
So they do have a manager.
Well, it is more like a consultant. Let's say that while usually this Enlightened doesn't really affect in any way the workings of the library, sometimes when the situation calls for it, their opinion can be requested. And as far as anyone knows, they kinda never been wrong. Their opinion has always been extremely sound and, most importantly, accepted by all parties without distinction. So,
A mediator.
kind of, yes. A way of having... The mages realized they couldn't... There is strength in unity, if you wish. And there is great value to having a singular mind overseeing certain matters. How this creature or entity nobody really knows maintains their neutrality is not really known, but so far there has never been an instance of incorrect judgment. And don't get me wrong, this is not something that anyone would know. I have been privy to a situation with the previous Archmage of Conjuration, where essentially they were found guilty of unethical experiments, if you wish, and they appealed to the law of the Enlightened, hoping that this creature would would understand the value that their experiments were bringing and have them reintegrated into the order of the library, but this was not the case. The creature sided with the rest of the library and this person was ousted. And this is something that, once again, you wouldn't really know about, but, well, now I've told you. So, what we could do is honestly not much, but what it could do, and turns to the creature, is to simply have us bring somebody from the library here to assess the situation, and if worst comes to worst, appeal to the law of the Enlightened to request absolution. This is because I don't think the situation has one correct answer. And if something as close to it as possible is to be obtained, I would say this is the way.
I think this is not something we... As much as I don't trust this creature, talking to it, we can decide this for him, then.
Yes, I do agree on this, and turns himself to the creature. What I do believe, however, is that, for what I am concerned, you might as well live here, get out, flee, but that's not gonna do you any good. You have killed one of them. You will be sought after. You will be hunted down like prey. You cannot flee, and there is no strength powerful enough to keep you safe. The only way you have to come to a peaceful solution is to follow this advice.
I don't...
Well, on one hand, it's really useful to have just, you know, a person or an entity, I don't know what they are, but that can decide for us. On the other hand, it seems like a really small matter to put in front of the Enlightened one.
Isn't that kind of the same as just giving in to the mages? Kinda. I mean, what if he says, the best course of action is experimenting on him? Then the result is he has... What I think is that the Enlightened might have just the same range of options as us. He might have more. I trust what you're saying. If he has kept the peace in a tower full of wizards for some time, then I trust his capabilities. But we have to consider that the range of options may be the same, and we're just moving the problem to another person/entity.
Well, I was thinking about something. If we let him go, the creature, I mean, we wouldn't, you know, we don't know what he's been through, so killing him seems kind of, I mean, not my, I think Cosmo agrees.
I don't like kill things and creatures, and I also think that we shouldn't fight this creature because of how we are now. I mean,
I think we shouldn't kill him. I also think that if we let him go, there's a chance that he might go after Captain Holben.
Oh, well,
That's
he will.
not a possibility.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, but also we gotta remember what Marianne said, which is that if he's gonna be let go, then he's gonna be hunted for the rest of his life. So I feel like that's pretty even. We're not doing anything, and we'll see how it plays out. But I don't think that he's going to. I feel like it's the most fair thing to do right now.
I don't think let them go. It's best course of action. What if, no offense, but well, some. What if after Captain Alvin, what would them do? What would they do? It's
Well, maybe
after killing Captain Alvin. What if?
I'm not saying that they
And
should.
again, no offense.
And
What if they go on a rampage and kill?
I'm not saying that they. I don't think they'll be able to. Maurice
Mori.
I love it.
seems pretty.
Like more with an E.
Okay, Maurice. It seems pretty convinced that they're gonna get him one day or the other. We're just not gonna be there when that happens. We don't want to kill it right now, so let's just let him go. They'll catch him eventually. It's a powerful wizard.
I honestly think letting him go is not letting them go is not an option here. We just have to decide if we kill him right now or give them him. I don't know what.
What are your
pronouns?
Looks at you, and in all this conversation, the creature has been like silently staring at you all and listening without replying. But as they see you insisting, growls. They.
Oh, okay.
They.
Okay,
I'm sorry
sure.
for.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry as well. Genuinely.
And
So yeah, they're gonna hunt them down and they're gonna kill them
yeah,
eventually.
so the choice is, I would say let's bring him. Fuck. Bring them to the
we are
Enlightened.
so sorry.
Let's bring them to the Enlightened and see what they want to do with them. Because we can't, apparently, as a group, we can't
Decide.
decide.
It's fair.
Because
I hate deciding, so
no, I would love to take this matter in my own hand, but I don't want to overrule you. So let's use this Enlightened as a mediator, and
that's cool. I'm glad you think that because I want to see who the Enlightened is.
I don't think.
Sorry.
I would like to see who the Enlightened is.
I'm sorry, that is not going to happen. Nobody ever sees the Enlightened except the 3 Grandmasters, but I'm not even sure that they actually get to see.
So how
Yes.
can we know
Shit.
that a decision is being made? Like maybe we're talking to a rock. I don't know. Like
Well,
pebble,
You
which is
would like
quite thrilling, I must say.
That was an amazing.
That is an interesting perspective. I actually never thought of it, but you know, when I've seen the Grandmasters come in with a certain perspective and come out with a very different perspective that I wouldn't necessarily accept from them. So, I don't know. I'm personally inclined to.
Sounds pretty fishy to me.
I
Or we
mean,
can.
No offense.
That's pretty fucked up.
That's fine. Sorry.
He is talking to
Ice Berry wouldn't get offended.
No, he's a flopping.
I didn't want
He's
to
a
offend.
chill little guy.
Okay.
Very chill.
It's
Extremely cold.
It's getting out of hand.
I decided it's a him.
Okay. Can he understand us?
Yes, of course.
Can?
Yeah, anything can understand us. Really? Yeah, all animals can understand you.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Trees also can understand you.
Chad.
Did you know that?
Chad the horse knew everything we said about him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Main concern.
That's why you should treat animals with respect. That's why I don't eat animals.
All right.
Well, but if trees can understand you too, what
I
about
know.
cats?
I know.
I tried living
I
up the bear,
apologize
but
every
it
time
worked.
I get it.
Well, I bet they're really grateful for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
We should we appeal to one of the heads of the different schools of magic, maybe Master Hughes or
Yes, I was thinking something like that. I believe I could call on my master, and I know them personally, and it's probably a best approach.
yeah.
I would say either you could go and fetch them, or I could go while we wait here. I would say that somebody should stay here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's better if you go and talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I will. I'll be back shortly, as soon as possible. Yes.
Last time we left one of you of the tower with the creature, it didn't end well.
That's
You
also
are
true.
indeed very right. Very right. I'll be back.
Go run to your master.
And he like starts walking briskly towards the entrance of the cave, and comes out of you. You see the footsteps getting.
I think Iceberry was on the boat.
Yeah, he was. He is.
So he's taking Iceberry.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run to the boat.
Iceberry wasn't with us.
No, he wasn't.
He left the car.
No, yeah.
He left the
I thought
car.
it was gonna be safer on the boat.
Once again, you hear the footsteps of Ida getting softer and softer as she
I'm
comes up.
gonna try to get a short rest.
Sure. So in this moment,
If I can, I will do too.
in this moment, you see the creature is like slumped backwards with the back against the rock, and now that you see them in their whole their full length, you realize this is actually a pretty tall creature. Even though you didn't get this perspective first, because they always move hunched over and with their legs bent essentially, but this time you actually notice that as they extend, so they're probably over 7 feet tall, and they are just like slumped against a rock, and their eyes intent on you, but keeping almost some sort of resting posture.
What do you think of it? Just curious.
Fuckers.
Yeah. Appreciate your concern. I believe what the young one said. I wouldn't stand much of a chance out there now. I feel weak. To this point, Ida, you as well, now that you have a moment of calm after all that happened during the fight, you realize that you are not feeling entirely okay yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Even after like the pain from the wounds that you have sustained starts to subside, you still feel this tingle inside of your bloodstream. All the gashes in the bottle feel sore to the touch, and you have this sour taste of almonds in the back of your mouth. And
I don't know what that means.
you didn't even
She's allergic.
realize it, but you are
I'm so allergic to nuts.
you are shivering slightly.
It is a lesbian comfort.
Did I manage to get Iceberry?
Yes,
Okay.
and you are now back, I would say.
Okay. Well, what would I do in this situation? I guess I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna let it slide, because I feel like it's the emotional backlash from
Definitely.
being such a fuck up. So I'm just gonna stand there and kind of feel sorry for myself with Iceberry in my little cup.
Okay.
It's gonna be like,
No, you know what? I don't care. I'm sleeping.
Nice.
Okay, so Snow is sleeping. Kiki's.
Isn't short rest sleeping?
No, it was just a joke. I'm slumping against a rock with my book.
Okay,
With my
maybe
book in my hand.
maybe we can take a nap in turns. Like, if you want to rest, I think everybody needs to.
I don't need to rest. I'm fine.
I did.
I do, definitely.
I need to rest. I don't need to sleep, but I'm already resting. I can feel myself getting stronger.
Then-
at the moment.
Then I'm going to sleep. Like, I'll
Okay.
go to Cosmo, take his ear, cover myself.
What do you mean you feel you're getting weaker? Cosmo, please shut up.
I put my trunk all over her mouth just to shut her up.
I feel weak. I have been bested twice now.
Not really. What?
Well, we're sorry?
I thought it was like you were more powerful before, and now you're like weaker. Or were you a big fish in a small pond now? That you're out into the ocean.
Do you know what a fish is?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Back when we were fighting in the woods, you really looked like you were having fun. And you also, like, copied some of our abilities, I would like to say. Were you completely yourself back then? Or were you more confused?
I am always myself.
Alright. So we were having fun killing people.
I wanted my prey.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, but you can want something and not thoroughly enjoy the means you need to use to get to that point. Also, is that an ability of yours, like seeing something and copying it?
I just do it.
Alright.
I get that. But the same
No,
thing
yeah, of
happens
course.
with my echo. I don't know how I can do it. I just
No, of course. It's like some people are just naturals. Like the whole Zalvar family, like usually makes stuff blow up, not on purpose when they start unlocking their magical powers. So
I knew a guy like that.
Oh.
He had a stick though.
get a stick. Sometimes they use stick.
If you use a stick and put fire in and then throw it, it's not magic.
Dana is backup!
True.
Even I know that.
Obviously, I'm still sleeping. That is just my rule. That's what I'm trying to say.
Keep talking.
No judgment here, of course. Just wanted to know, like, because now you seem so determined not to harm us, and I feel like it's just because you think you wouldn't win.
Or maybe you like us a little bit.
I don't think that them.
I don't
They
think he
do.
like. I don't think they like anything in anyone. Just
They just hate Holland.
Do you not like anyone? No? Isn't out there like a person that you really like?
Make a persuasion check.
It's getting more and more like a sleepover.
I like anyone.
Are they in the room?
You have a crush on anyone? Okay, it's 18.
18.
Yeah.
There was once.
Was it like your boyfriend, girlfriend, something friend?
Significant other.
Significant other? Was it your partner or something? Was it like a child? Was it like
Friend.
yeah, a friend? Was it a friend?
I think so.
Nice. What was their name?
I don't remember.
Sad. Shoot.
And you see, like, there is kind of a focus and look in the middle distance to nowhere.
Oh.
I mean, everybody is dead people.
What?
Everybody is dead people.
People. Yeah. Well,
What? Yeah, I don't think that was the.
well, not necessarily. I mean,
He remembers. something they remember.
Yeah, sorry, I was just... What I'm trying to say is that despite the fact that they seem more human now, I have a hard time going, oh, when I find out they had dead people. Those guards had families too, you know, and they weren't
For sure.
Yeah.
the black-clad people who affected their village.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's why you shouldn't kill people. That's the thing. You know, when you know, because they have people too. They have friends as well. You're welcome. I think I've changed them, guys. I think I've changed them.
I
I
did it,
can
guys.
fix
Evil is no
It's
more.
like, I think you fixed them, guys.
I can fix.
So, as all of this transpires, about 45-50 minutes pass.
Can we roll 2 dice?
Yes, you can take a short rest.
Thanks.
After about this time, you start hearing footsteps. First in the distance, and then gradually approaching closer and closer. 2 sets of steps. One lighter and faster, and one much heavier in your perception. You feel this of heavy steps on the rocky ground and a metallic sound. Mori comes first and enters the cave. Oh, okay, you're fine. And gestures to a large wooden metal construct, a warforged, following in his steps. This is my master, Master Agral of the School of Evocation. And this massive, 9 feet tall warforged has to like hunch over to enter the cave, and then like rises in all their height and looks at you with this like very well polished visage, this face that has facial expressions, which is not something extremely common for Warforged. And you see like the front part looks like sculpted muscle groups, like a ceremonial armor of sorts, but then it has like these flowing green sleeves on both arms, and looks like this kind of gown around the waist, and that covers this like very large metallic feet. The movement are curious. They seem, you notice there is some mechanical aspect to them, but still it feels very natural, feels very fluid. There is no jerkiness involved, even though you can see there is evident aspects of mechanical construction and magic movement. Still, it feels natural, it feels very, very flowing in some sort. And this creature enters and waves with a very exaggerated expression on his face.
Cosmo is kind of surprised and he just says, "For morality's sake." And it's kind of amazed by this creature.
We finally met someone that's bigger than you.
Indeed, we do.
Hi.
Hi.
I am Master from the School of Conjuration. And those of you who may know this would realize that they are signing as they speak in the sign language, which is very peculiar. And I do not know sign language, so unfortunately, so I will randomly sign, but
Is there a universal sign language for Wildring, or is
Well, it's kind of like the common of
Right.
language, so yes.
Of course.
Common sign language.
If there's something that you think your character would have some inkling into, then probably you would understand. And in general, you see, like, you understand the meaning of the gestures. Like, it's easy to catch,
He's
essentially.
signing while he's speaking.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's an interesting thing. You've never seen such something, but it's interesting.
So, I have been called here to assess the situation, correct?
It's just like looking at us, like Italians, you know. There's nothing. I don't see anything that we
Indeed.
don't already.
Indeed.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Well, hi. First of all, hello.
I don't see him. Like, still looking in the wrong direction.
Maybe I don't know if Marie already explained the situation.
Yes.
Great.
Well,
Would you like to?
there they are.
Guess which one of us is the Batman?
And you feel this, like, booming laughter come out of it.
A nice one.
And
Ida is regaining all the self-confidence that she lost on the previous fight.
It does totally smitten, like really smitten over. Do you have a crush on someone?
and like these piston legs move them towards the creature and stand in front of it, like twice as tall in this confined space as Avana is. Basically, is very, very impressive. The space they fill with their form, and bends on one knee. It's a very like mechanical fluid sound, like.
So, I understand you are the culprit of what happened. Right.
And the creature simply stares. Like, the creature, you notice, has this, as soon as this thing came in the room, the creature has an immediate response. Like, it like shifted back in a hunched position, and is like staring intently. It didn't move, didn't make any overt actions, but still it is evidently assessing the situation in their mind very closely, and do not respond in this moment.
Well, I bet you understand the situation here is complicated for you, but I believe your best course of action would be to follow us.
And the creature has this moment of this slightly growls in anticipation, and Mori interjects. Master, I believe the situation should be brought up to the Enlightened, and you feel the posture, the composure of this Warforged shift slightly.
Well, you sneaky. Okay.
But there was an insult there, and you sneaky.
So be it. But You, and points to the creature, will still need to follow us. This can't be arranged here. What do you say?
There is a moment, like 2, 3, 5, 10 seconds pass. Then the creature's lips open.
Yes.
And stands up in all its height. And it is not as tall as the Warforged, but it's tall.
Taller than Cosmo.
How tall are you?
I'm actually 2.5 meters.
So
It would be.
7. I don't know.
I think
no,
it's
it-
kind of tall as you are, mostly.
It's like 8 feet. 8 feet.
Don't do it for the people at home. If Americans are watching, they can do it on their own.
That's
It's not on us
Very
that they want to be different.
very correct. So,
We are using
the Warforged straightens with this whir of pistons. Like,
Good. I have prepared this.
and takes out of a pocket 2 handcuffs of like bent metal. They seem comfortable in some sort. It's not iron, bent iron stuff. It's just a good design. And
You will understand that I need to present you with this.
once again, some moments pass as the creature nods slightly.
Okay.
You get the sense that they feel very defeated, very angrily complaining, compliant, thanks. Which is odd in some sense from what you've seen from this creature, but also you start to kind of understand there is some sort of the aptitude of someone who feels very young in some sense to this. Almost like a naughty young boy would act when they get reprehended by the parents. So you move finally out of the cave, and as you get to move out, Mori actually comes up to you and goes, I think you might want to, if you are interested, to take the venom of this creature. You can sell it for quite the value in maybe the market of Sense Landing or stuff. That's
why.
what?
I'm just a bit beat up.
Yeah, we all are.
Let me try to get venom.
Sure.
Big beast.
Make me a nature check. See how efficient you would be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes?
Is there like any kind of special rocks I see anywhere? Like here,
Make an
collecting
investigation
them
check.
in every
Investigation check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
For a total of 23 to get
Very nice.
venom.
With the natural 20, you would get the full 6 doses without rolling the d6. So, what's going on?
Natural one.
Where between there's 1.
Indeed. Very fitting. I'm sorry. You will get rocks soon. So, you managed to gather 6 doses, 6 vials. Between the whole of you, you managed to take out different sizes, but in general, 6 doses of Otyugh's venom. Don't really know what it does.
He will try and approach Marie and ask him about the beast, and then completely forget everything he told them the moment right after. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Like blank, mind
Big
blank.
rat. Okay.
Yes. Well, Mori would explain to you what he knows about it, which is essentially that this is an Otyugh. It is a creature that usually lives in the Underdark, and it is very surprising that first, it is this close to the surface, and second, that it was so aggressive. Usually they are not really, not like, they're territorial and they are hunters, so if they're hungry, they can be aggressive, but they usually wouldn't, probably like you have disturbed it in some way.
Like throwing a torch
Yeah,
with a
kind
light
of.
on the top.
They are perfectly fine with light. They don't really suffer it in any way, but still, it was a strong intrusion in their private life, probably.
We were feeling like a strong sense of feeling of anger, of hunger. Sorry.
Yes, indeed.
We're still. It wasn't. I couldn't ask because then like Ida went and did what she did.
I believe the Otyugh does have some sort of telepathic capacity in some way. Like they're able to project, emotions, sensations to
Right. So that wasn't normal. Like my question would have been: was it normal? Like, are we feeling it right now?
No,
or was
not
it
at all.
Okay.
Well, like you could be feeling peckish, but not in the sense that ravenous hunger that you had before.
Me, an empath.
Yes.
Thank you, creatures.
So to preparing that. So, but following Mori, the Warforged, with this creature handcuffed behind you, not behind, sorry, behind them and in front of you, you make your way towards the entrance of the cave, and you reach the point where the narrow passage was, and you see the Warforged reconfigures, and like slightly their form shifts and takes a while, takes a couple minutes, but it essentially reconfigures, and you see like plaques in their skin turn and bend, and in general their form shifts to a medium size, while they get a large wooden shield in front of them. As they exit, and you all manage to get out of the narrow passage and back into the large cave, you see them once again as they walk, keep reconfiguring once again and become back into their larger size.
Can they turn into a boat? Or a car?
You would like to know.
Raka.
They actually, you like approach the boat, they go straight for the sea and keep walking on the seafloor and emerge on the other side, unfazed. And
You can turn into a boat.
no, but
Maybe it turned into a submarine.
maybe I would say it was an autoboat.
Oh, God.
But you instead take with Mori the boat once again and cross once the yes.
While we're crossing, can I speak with Cosmo for a bit?
Sure.
You seemed excited by looking at that creature. Well, that
Master Agra amazes me.
Oh.
It's kind of an amazement of poetry. And
what?
For his
That's
father.
breathing. And so I was
Have you ever seen something like it?
no, that's
Oh.
because that's why I was amazed.
I never saw anything like it either. It's like, how does he move?
I really don't know. I would love to know it too, actually.
In general, Cosmo, you have seen some mechanical aspects to it, like
Yes, but
you can see pistons and cogs and wheels in different portions of the knee, for example, or the bend of the arm or the elbows. But how those move, that's kind of beyond you.
yeah, I think I can just recognize the single parts but not how they work together. So
Precisely, yes.
I was kind of amazed for that.
I can recognize like the body parts. Like I think that's a leg.
Something.
The main question is, how does it like think and stuff?
Does it have a soul?
Does it have a brain?
Mori,
Does it have a heart? Does it have courage?
And does you want to go home to Kansas?
well, I believe they definitely think. I ask myself the soul question as well. I have no idea actually. I think there is some way to check, but I think it would be rude.
Yeah.
They work and they work well, so I'm kind of fine with it.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up that you thought those things about them. They're your master. You shouldn't be thinking like, oh, do they have a soul or not? Like,
Well, when
it's
you
kind of disrespectful.
when you live a long life actually with somebody, and it's been 3 years that I see them basically every day. You start to wonder stuff like this, and
I think they do have a soul. Because people who don't have a soul don't laugh.
that is an interesting perspective. I never
Very
thought of
interesting
it.
perspective.
Yeah, I
Then
can't,
I cringed.
I can't say anything about that. I don't
So you
know
mean they
much
don't have a
about
soul?
souls. I'm a little
Some
inexperienced
are
on the...
dark, some are light.
Yeah, some are...
But you
But with a thud, the boat reaches the other shore, and you'll get off as Mori ties it back to the dock, and you can now make your way back to the entrance to the library, where the large towers. It's midnight right now, so there's nobody really there. You just see a couple of clerks that are arguing about something in a corner, and a single person that is speaking with the main person at the entrance. But you enter from the side path that you've taken the last time, since you are, officials, and or at least in company of officials, and you finally pass through the gate and once again re-enter the Great Library. And weather outside was a bit chilly this point of the night, especially the day itself was not very warm. But as you enter, you feel the warmth, this sort of artificial warmth of this place, create a very nice ambient around you. But you reach the central elevator shaft, but you notice that the workforce does not go there. Instead, they keep walking and enter one of the doors that Davna explored later in the day, and specifically entering one large corridor, and you see like they barely fit in this place. While in the central hub, almost space, they felt almost small. Now you see their head almost scrapes the ceiling, but not really. Like it's almost like it was built for them, or they were built for it, or something. Since they seem to have like the perfect dimensions, and also the decorative aspects of the entrances. Now notice have the exact space of a head. As he steps through, it's the exact same size, and it's almost comical in a way. But you reach a smaller, similar elevator to the one you've been many times, but this is different. It is much smaller, and instead of floating, you are on a floating platform. And as you step on it, you see the master waves a hand against the sigil, and the sigil flares up, and the elevator starts to rise.
I like flying better.
I try like to jump again.
down from the elevator.
Yes, I mean, why could we fly before, not right here? So I'm just trying.
I'm going to try and catch.
Fortunately for you, I was gonna say there is no space to jump down from the elevator. But as you the elevator is flush essentially with the wall. But as you try and jump, you essentially fall flat, as there is no anti-gravity in this place specifically. It's just the elevator itself that has this floating ability.
Not amused.
Yeah.
But
You see, that was way funnier.
Absolutely.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. I couldn't tell you why. So I have to use this.
Wait.
But you reach the top of the elevator. It's very short time. You see the elevator could go upwards, but it has been essentially stopped at a certain floor, and you are at about halfway point of the tower, and you enter a very cluttered, very large space, but it's so cluttered, filled with scrolls and books and nicks and whatever around that it almost feels claustrophobic. Like there's so much stuff in here and so much dust accumulating on all of these places and spaces that there is very little room to move around. Essentially, you find there are some chairs, but they are filled with stuff, so you can't even sit down. And you see a massive dark wood desk sitting at the back, and you see the master that this large warforged moves forward and enters in front of you and arrives to the desk and starts to try and give it a semblance of order.
So, I'm so sorry. There's a bit of a... I was not expecting visitors in this space.
But realizes it's useless and just sits down on a very large stone armchair. So,
Can I find a pile of books and sit on it?
sure, it's not difficult to find at all.
Perfect.
But you now are in this space, and the creature is looking around itself with this very curious look. But also you sense a sort of insecurity, like I was in a place like this before and I don't like it. But the Warforged turns to you.
So, at this point, I would say our ways split. I am glad for your assistance with this matter, but now this is going to be taken up to, the treasury, and they will be the Union of the Grandmasters, and they will be the ones who will continue. I can provide you with accommodations for the night, since it is almost 1 a.m. at this point.
So we will know what happens to them?
I will instruct Mori,
And Mori nods.
to let you know.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We should stay and sleep here.
Sure.
In the library.
Sorry, who is this Enlightened?
I don't know. They are the great counselor of this place. Whenever a very complex question arises, they are the ones who get involved.
And you've never seen it?
No.
Is everything alright, Kiki?
I don't know. No. I don't think it's very relaxing knowing that an all-knowing entity
Well, to
that
me,
no one can see.
to me, it's very relaxing, and I also think that just because nobody has seen it has seen them doesn't mean that they're not there.
Well,
Dear, remember, if there's one thing that I've learned in my years, it's trust authority.
Oh,
And
fuck
that's
no.
something I absolutely would say don't do.
I'm right with you in that. Because I don't think there is.
What?
Also because
Wow.
from when we started, we never followed authority, not like legal one. So
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, every place has its rules, you know, and so on. But basically, what I'm saying is that if you're executing and obeying to a higher authority that you obey to, you should trust them because you have such a small, little, insignificant perspective on matters. You see that you always apply double standards to everything. You know, you don't want to kill this creature, but you wanted to, but you thought that vengeance was a good reason to kill people. You know, you're very.
I was worried about others, not Captain Alden. I don't care about Captain Alden. Well,
You also, I mean, you also said that we shouldn't let the governor take power because she could be tyrannical. Were you like very familiar with the political situation in Saints Landing before her? Did you know if the people were happy, if there weren't other people who were suffering under the previous regime? What I mean is, you don't know. Or maybe you do, and you're going to shut me up, but I think you don't.
I don't.
And I don't know either. I'm just as ignorant and small-minded as you. Authority, people who are way more important, powerful, and intelligent than us, can tell other people what they should do to be happy.
Well,
How would they know?
Because they have a higher perspective. They're more ancient, old, and they probably received an education that allows them to do that.
So Governor McBitch is
Yes.
someone we should trust just because it's authority.
I think I'm older than McBitch, so I should be wiser.
I don't know, you don't seem that much.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you didn't receive an education. I mean, it's alright. We already had this conversation.
you know, Kiki, I'm actually worried too because of this Enlightened. I may seem stupid or weak, but I don't.
no, absolutely. You're like
For
only
what
one here.
what I'm going to say. But
That was not the end of the question. Yeah.
I don't want them to heal the creature. I mean, yes, they seek revenge, and they maybe are just a blood-starving machine, but once it's not their fault because they are like this.
Yes, it's more
I
like
just wish I could help them more.
there's something that doesn't sit right with the fact that they were human, now they're not. There's just something, it's too obscure. We have to understand better, I think. And I think it's just an isolated.
Sorry, just for
Yes.
perspective, the creature is not with you at the moment when he has taken them away.
Well, I think we would we be heading to our rooms, or are we discussing this in the study?
You tell me.
Is there like a cafeteria?
No, yeah, but I was asking everybody because I have an idea, but I didn't want to.
There is like some sort of like you definitely would have kind of come.
You know the place.
Yeah. Like there is this sort of like common room that he used in the upper floors for the academy, where your rooms rooms, 2 literal rooms have been prepared. There is also this common space, essentially, where you can sit.
I know a place.
So are we gonna go to the common room and chill?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Before
What
we
do you want?
are we alone in the masters?
So, as you made this conversation, I would say you were in a moment where the master was not really listening on what you were saying, but you were still, for the moment, with the master. If you wish, you can say goodbyes and...
No, because I want to see if there's anything interesting in the room.
with your magic perception.
So
Yes. And so, do you roll anything? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No, you didn't.
I don't. I think I don't.
No, I don't think so. Okay. So you, well, this is transpiring. You project your sense around,
Magic awareness.
and you realize that a bunch of stuff light up. A dozen or so scrolls dotted around this mess of a place do leave out some sort of magic energy, and specifically one of them is a very strong essence. There is a box, a small red box on the desk that also inside has sort of magical essence. And you see another of these like auto wheels that write what is being said. Is not active at the moment. Is, I would say, it's actually out of view from where you are, but you would recognize the signature essentially of that thing and say, oh, I kind of sense something similar previously. That's kind of about it. There are some small magical essences around, but it's nothing that really catches your attention.
There's nothing like small things that I can
Pilfer.
like. Oh, I've tripped. Oh no.
Not here, actually. Like, once again, it's such a mess that you could take basically whatever you like, if you like paper and books.
But you don't.
I'm sensing.
It could be useful.
Is there like? No, that would be nothing much.
So,
Okay, so we're gonna go down to the common room.
Yeah.
Or up to the common room.
I will
Up to the common room.
up to the common room, and I will leave you for a moment, and I will go looking for Marie. I realized I have something to talk about with you.
okay.
And I sense that some of you are a little uncomfortable around here now, so I will take my leave.
That means already like forgotten everything.
That's such an elaborate way to say that she needs to go to the bathroom.
Okay, so you don't really know where Marie is, so you can ask the master, or you can just go on your own.
I will ask the master.
Okay.
I'm sorry, master.
He will, without repaying you, will point you towards a couple floors up above, and they will actually explain how the cliff works and how you have to like channel essentially an thought of the destination you wish to reach. And you feel this platform slowly rise, and you enter what is a much larger space. It's almost like it is like the entire width of the tower, but central area essentially where, sorry, not, but the very edge where you see a lot of holding cells. Don't look like they are prisons. They look like mostly they are like storage units or something, and they are arranged in a way where essentially everything can be seen from a central point. It's almost like this is a place where dangerous stuff gets stored, not necessarily creatures, but it definitely works. And there are a couple clerics here that are doing their business, minding their business, mostly dozing at this point of the night, but you see that it's Mori that is like checking something on a paper with a very excited feel, and doesn't find on the books and searches on the other one. But as he sees you enter, second, oh yeah, and like starts to pull a couple levers in certain positions and ways. Good. You stay there. I'll be back tomorrow. And turns back to you. Yes.
Good evening. I was wondering, we talked about, spells before, crafting your own spells
Indeed.
and such. Would you like to trade a couple of spells, like some knowledge?
Interesting. If you have the means, sure.
I think, I know how this works. You need some special ink, special paper, and so on.
Yes.
But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I never done it before, but if you could give me the blueprint and I could give you the blueprint for one of my spells, we could copy them at a later date.
Yes, indeed.
That's great. So, would you like to see some of mine?
Sure.
I don't know, maybe you already know all of them, but
You told me your specialty was...
I'm the singer.
So...
And so, you would have to dance to perform some of this, because, and I open my spell book and I show it to him, and it's not like only arcane formulas, it's also like there are diagrams which show how to perform certain steps and dances and pirouettes and so on. But some of them are really,
fascinating. It's very interesting. I've never seen anything quite like this, but and starts to like point to certain places and you explain how like that works, and you have this moment of like you're sitting on a bench in this like central very 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 massive round space when you are like discussing nerd things, and he as well like takes out his spell book, which you notice is significantly larger than yours at this point, and
No,
go for it.
I would, for example, I don't know, this is very tied to our tradition of dances and the elvish lineage it comes from. There is this particular dance which allows you to absorb life essence from other creature and give it to other people in an area, and also makes flower bloom and grass and other plants wither. And it's not very creative, it's called wither and bloom. But I don't know if you already know that, but it's pretty useful. Not particularly powerful. I see that your book is really thick, so I...
Well, no, actually, I know the existence of this thing, but I've never practiced it myself, so I would be interested, yes, indeed. Also, don't worry, this doesn't need to be a fair trade. Like, I can give you, what spells you're interested, and you can just work on them, and if I see something of interest in yours, you can...
Oh, well, you're very kind. If that's what you like, I could also come back sooner or later, and when I get more knowledgeable and provide you with something else.
Your presence will be probably required whenever some decision is made on this matter. So I couldn't tell you necessarily when this would happen, because first of all we need to have all the grandmasters here, which is not going to be easy, but as soon as possible. So sure, we can definitely do it. So like out of if you would choose, let's say, 2 evocation spells from the wizard spell list, you could get the blueprints for them and begin your process of
just first level or even second?
Sorry, first or second. Yes.
First or second, all right. I will
that
let you know.
Cast, essentially.
Yeah, I will let you know
not right now,
later.
but think about it. And so you have like this conversation that drags out for more than an hour, and you have this moment of like where you are pretty deeply invested in this and don't even realize that basically everyone has left this place and you are alone in a dark room discussing nerdy stuff, And like you see what he has created lights, not even thinking about it. Like,
It was only one bed.
but you wish anything else?
No, thank you very much for your time and your attention.
No, it's
This has
fine.
been
Thank you.
very fruitful.
Indeed. Well, for me as well. Some of the things you showed me, I've never seen in this library, and that is something interesting. I guess it is from this Zalelvars you said.
Oh yeah, I mean it's. I don't know where all our dances come from, but some of these spells, like I know you probably know the absorb element, but it's a big hit with the Zalelvar because every time, like we have to fight between families, of course, with all the dragon breath flying around. You have to be protected against elements, and I know sleep because sometimes. When the youngest Zalelvar was very, very little, I had to put him to sleep sometimes, and so I learned that spell. But yeah, the dances are Elven tradition. I don't know where we learned them because we are all shifters, actually. We try to maintain that because it's very useful to protect our masters.
I assume.
I will have to meet with another shifter when I'm back and hopefully give birth to better servants than I am.
That was very specific. Detailed.
No, yeah, sorry, I just...
Yeah, no, it's
So-
an interesting, outlook on a very different society than what I live in, but I am sure, as you can see, there are points in common, and
Sorry I tend to ramble when
it's okay.
I talk about...
So I think I am going to sleep right now, since I am absolutely tossed, but I think we can see again in the morning with your group, and then you can proceed with whatever you like. So,
Alright, good night.
good night. And you have the moment when you salute each other, and then you go the same direction. So you have one door, and it's very uncomfortable, especially since the elevator only goes. There is one elevator, and so yeah. But you make your way back to the common room where Mori as well is going, and he enters in.
So it's also quite a long.
It's not that long. It's just some floors, but yes. And he enters one of the chambers and points you to the opposite part of the corridor. There are two other doors that currently do not have any sign on them, and points these are the only rooms we had for the moment, but I assume you can sleep together. And
There was only one bed.
but yes, so good night. Tomorrow there is breakfast here. It will be fairly early in the morning, so I really need to go to sleep right now. And well, if you wish. Good night. See you. And shuts the door.
Is this only one room, sir?
No, yeah, two rooms,
Two rooms.
which has been fitted with a total of 5 beds.
I will
Take
take two of them.
And I'll sleep in his ear.
I can sleep on the floor, it's no problem.
You will have.
Oh yeah, because
Because
alright.
he only takes two. So
Yeah, you're right.
one of us is gonna.
sleeping.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Sure,
we
yeah.
are gonna have a bed. So, how did it go?
Well, it went good. We traded the spells. I got really embarrassed at the end because we were alone in this dark room, and it felt like it was a scene out of one of the fiction novels I used to read. And I was afraid that, since you all seem to have very different ideas about how the world works, I was afraid that he might think that something out of a fiction was going to happen, and so I had to make some stuff clear, but it was really embarrassing.
I get it. No, I get it. You know, there's a lot of stuff in fiction that doesn't really work in real life.
That's why it's fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Random voice in my head. That's why it's fiction.
You're welcome.
I read a lot of books too when I was in my town.
It's
There was this library where I used to go and I would read all about stuff like, you know, people going to places where they would get coffee and also like work with these like magical tablets which would like have games on them. It was it's so outlandish.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
incredibly
outlandish.
weird.
What's a tablet?
It's
A
like
stone
a
tablet.
stone tablet.
Stone tablet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this one had like light from them.
Purely
And
fiction.
I don't know who wrote that. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
Such a crazy world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy man.
I read like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, like stuff where people go on a trip and they get a hotel room, but there's only one bed. Fuck. What was that?
Cool.
Alright.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I read
But,
like
there's only one bed, and so they
Yeah.
have to sleep in the same bed. And yeah.
I read those. Those are not my favorites though.
No. I prefer those where they start out as like enemies and then they slowly start to like each other.
Oh yeah. I don't really like romance. I'm more into like things that are weird.
Oh.
I don't really like books. We can just like stop talking about them. I want to do it.
Alright.
We know you can't read, Daphne.
I can read something.
And you wanna be authority.
So, as you
While they all are going to sleep, can I get out of the room and I just is
Are we us three in the same room?
no.
Oh.
Oh, well,
I would
It's,
share the room. There's
yeah,
two,
but-
so I thought that they would be sharing one and we would be sharing one.
okay, it's fine.
You can go. We don't care. We don't care about.
I am praying, and as I see them go out, I'm like, what are they doing? They keep doing that. Have you noticed that?
I don't care. I'm just dancing. I'm rehearsing my spells.
I guess.
still vibing,
It's so weird. I'll tell you later. I will get out of the room and try and get to the main elevator, the floaty bit, and I will just
Go up.
float up and down a bit, dancing in the air.
In a real suspicious way.
Dancing.
Just
you do. It's oddly comforting,
processing.
and like you feel this like sensation of being rocked gently from this like moving gravity thing. Is just you know, it sends you to sleep almost.
Please tell me that
In the elevator.
he's sleeping like the whole night, up and down.
They find them the morning after.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
That's great.
They never came back.
Adieu.
But if nothing happens, nothing else happens, you get woken up. No, you
Roll
all
initiative.
manage to get your night of sleep. Kiki, you are woken up at a certain point as somebody gets down in this elevator, and you're like, "Oh shit, what?"
Fuck.
And like as you get woken up, you start plummeting, and and you stop yourself, and you're about like a couple meters from the floor. That was a quick awakening, but you see from outside, you're almost at the level of the entrance. You see from outside it's still night, so you just go back to your room essentially.
Yeah.
At this point,
And I will try to make no noise.
Make a
As little
stealth
noise.
check.
3 plus something, but
Okay, so you
Six.
enter, like you enter, you reach the room, and like you enter very quietly and silently. But as you close the door, your sleeve gets caught in the in the door and slams back. And you all like have this moment of sudden like, and you realize.
And I try to.
Is that you?
No?
Good night.
Thank God. And I will try to get to the bed and go to.
You manage to, and
Right.
and you continue and complete your long rest as normal. So it is now the morning of the following day, the 3rd of Thalor, as it stands, and you are woken up by the sound of footsteps and movement in the corridor. Voices that converse with each other, still too groggy to follow anything. You just feel youngish voices cheering and talking with themselves.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. Is everyone okay?
I am fine. I am A-okay. I am doing amazing.
At this point, would I notice that something looks wrong with Ida?
Well, she seems a bit shaken in some sense. Like she seems her lips are less colored than usual. She feels a bit paler, like this light blue.
I will walk over to her bed and like look at her. Honey, you look dreadful. Please lay down a bit. You look really pale. I will lay a hand on her forehead and feel if she is hot.
Make a nature check in general for the diagnosis.
Nature check. 16.
16. She seems definitely a bit feverish. It's not like scalding, but she is feverish. And you as well, Ida. This morning, like you wake up and you realize you're extremely tired. You have a strong headache, and that like awful sense of taste of almonds that never leaves you.
Did somebody feed me almonds in my sleep?
Do you feel a taste of almonds?
Yeah. It was you, Kiki, wasn't it?
No.
So yes, I was
I know,
completing. Yes, you would understand that, of course, there is some sort of poisoning probably going on.
Ida,
Yeah.
please lay down. I'm gonna get you some water. You are probably poisoned. The monster did bite you, didn't it?
Yeah.
With your ass. if
I
I
mean,
remember
yeah,
correctly.
yeah. We gotta bring it up. Yeah, I know. I suck. I
No,
can't
you
do
don't.
one thing right. That's fine. No,
No, you don't.
no, I'm sorry.
You're really
I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I just hoped I could get waffles this morning, and now you're telling me I have to stay in my room.
I'll get you.
I will
I'll
cook
get you for
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Kiki will get you waffles and will get you some water and someone to help you with this disease of yours. All
I
right.
want a waffle so bad.
We'll get rid of it. Lick its spleen. Don't worry.
Okay.
Lick the spleen.
We will
get rid
of your spleen.
It's gonna be quick. You're gonna be awake for most of the operation.
You close your eyes and
Okay.
rest a bit. All right.
Somebody needs to scoop the poop out of Iceberry's cup.
Yeah, we will take care of that.
Thank you.
Get under your cover. I will open the window.
As every
There are
morning, iceberg is
windows
floating on the surface, and you like exchange it quickly.
to clean the air a bit, and then I will. So I saw. I don't want to use my player knowledge, but I saw Cosmo using his healing, his lay on hands to cure wounds. Right? Would I maybe be able to think that it could even cure illnesses or poisonous
Make an
effects?
Arcana check.
An Arcana check. For the Arcana check, I will use the lesbian die. That's a natural 20. I'm so gay.
With a natural 20, you realize that there's not really a preview of that. Like, it's not a wound. That is very specific for, like, closing flesh wounds. And this is not that kind of stuff. You need to remove something.
Well, but as a player, sorry, doesn't like spending 10 hit points, 5 or 10 hit points cure like illnesses, poison, and
as part of the paladin.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, I would say that you would, with a 20, yes, okay, you would understand that yes, that is something that you can do, that he can do. It's important. It's something that requires a lot of energy, but can be done.
All right. Thank you. I didn't want. If you don't want me
Not
to
really
know that,
remembering
that's
that.
fine. I
It's
just didn't know if you remember.
It's fine, it's fine.
And so you get waffles. I get cosmos.
I already left the room, and I'm also going to look for someone.
You say this to a shadow of Kiki that vanishes in the moment.
All right.
Others.
I will run over to Cosmos and Davna's room.
Oh,
Wakey, wakey.
I take down.
Morning.
So you slept like about 6 hours at this point. So you have taken your long rest, but you're still very groggy.
Hello, no.
Good morning, Cosmo. I'm sorry for lovely underwear. Polka dots really, really fit you.
Thank you.
Sorry, we have a situation in our room. Ida is poisoned by the creature we fought yesterday. I was wondering if you had any means of healing her.
Well, yes.
I'm sorry for waking up this early. It's just...
Don't worry. It's you did a good thing. Then I follow it.
Okay.
first thing in the morning. Black still here.
Lavana, like Batman style, falls to the ground and starts pushing it.
I will cast Lay on Hands.
Yes, so you expand.
5 hit points.
Okay. And Ida, almost immediately you feel relieved. Like you didn't really realize how taxing this was on your body, and
I didn't realize how
but like you feel a heavy weight lift from like your person as this venom gets liquefied by this magic, and like you finally take a deep breath and feel your lungs don't hurt anymore, and your side is now like doesn't burn to the touch, and everything feels much better.
Guys, thank you so much. You know, when I got when I used to get poisoned in my town, and my mom would cure me. You know, there's insects or something. It happens. It happened sometimes. Not like this. Like it was less heavy, you know. But my mom used to do that, and she's not here right now. And so that was really nice of all of you.
I'm glad that we could fill in for your mom.
Thank you.
Did Kiki come back with the waffle?
You emerge into the corridor that is this very like adjacent to the common room, and you hear a lot of chatter and banter coming from that area. And as you direct yourself there, you see that there are about a dozen of people wearing the same attire, similar at least, than Muri was, and Muri himself is like chatting in a corner with one of this is a girl with
Fucking man whore.
how dare he's chatting. There is on the tables that you sat to the night before, there is arranged a very simple composition of foods of various forms and genders and kinds. There is a lot of fruit, and there are some like this very thin wafers almost, which are served with sort of like blue jam.
I would see that and eat it. Fuck. And I'll go straight to Marie.
Yes.
interrupt his date.
And so, yes, I was saying that. Oh,
Hi.
hi, good morning.
Hi, lovely. How do you sleep?
Not enough, but.
Okay, me neither. Listen, there's a thing. Probably I didn't get the gist of it, but one of our friends, the Ida, the merfolk, was probably poisoned by the monster yesterday. Is there any way you could help us?
I think the best way would be to gather the help of one of the library people, because they have some sort of healing usually, kind of.
What thing?
Yes, them.
What was he called?
Sorry, the clerics of the White Hand.
That's it.
Yes, they would probably be your best bet. I bet.
Get Ivan.
Oh.
I imagine Kiki getting back, like with a cleric, worried, and they find either just eating waffles in a common room.
And I'll pick up some waffles on the way to the.
Are there waffles?
Make a waffle check. You get. You can't find what is.
19 on waffle check.
So it's not like.
I have an idea. I will manifest my echo, and I will put a platter on their hands and put a lot of stuff on it, and then I'll just bring it follow me.
So, as this is firing with Cosmo, the door opens, and
But I will try and get a clerk.
and the shadowy Kiki enters with.
No, I can't let it get away from me because it will disappear.
Yes, 30 feet. So you follow it 30 feet behind. As the echo enters, you see Kiki behind that waves and then moves in the other direction. And as they do, the echo starts to vanish and the platter starts to fall.
I'm against it.
Make everyone who wants to makes
I want to take it, but like
makes sleight of hand check. Oh,
I want to see if I can eat anything while it's
So
falling.
while Cosmo is maybe speaking to Ida or eating, I don't know.
18.
nice.
Yes.
His trunk is like moving by itself, and maybe he's here. Is there like healing you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And his trunk is just.
Sniff back and
I said, waffle.
so Ravana, you are the first to reach the platter and like you grab it and start chomping.
Is there
To your heart's
waffles in there?
content. But so you'll get your waffles. As you manifest your echo, the entire room turns towards you and stares you in silence. You don't even care. You're just running to the hallway and get to the elevator, go down, and like barge into the room. Like
I remember that there were two clerks in front of the library.
yes. So
Are they still there? Or-
yes, there is always two, and you go upstairs. So you have to like get down that elevator, enter the other elevator, and reach the library. And in front of it, there are two of these clerks. Who like look at you enter.
Hi, you don't know me, but a friend of ours has been poisoned probably. Can you do anything about it?
Oh, it's a girl. It's like like if it is a simple poison.
I have no clue.
Yes. Well,
Please
let's
help.
see. Let's see. And
Follow me. No.
follows you and like makes a gesture to the other one that like gestures back and follows you, and you go back down, you go once again back up and reach the room where your friends are chomping on waffles happily.
Oh, hi, Kiki.
Hi, Kiki.
Are you
Hello.
fine? Are you good?
Yeah, Cosmo healed her.
Yeah.
You. Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna get more waffles.
Yeah.
You were
I
on
did.
waffle duty.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's fine. Thank you for finding this gentleman.
Yeah, I'll try
Gentle
to.
lady.
Gentle lady.
I'll try to
Oh,
offer the lady like a waffle, but I'll take it like that. Like, take the.
I have already eaten. Thank you.
Okay.
And this is not required by my
I'm so
presence.
sorry. So sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Have a good day.
Have a good
And,
day. We're sorry for wasting your time.
Yeah.
it's
So
fine.
sorry.
Sorry, guys.
I'm glad you're okay.
Okay.
And she makes
let's-
her way back to the hall, down the elevator, up the shaft, and back up to the library.
Listen, guys. Since we're all here, I think that you've been really nice to me. I think I got a dress and stuff. I don't know if you noticed, maybe, but I'm not really good at combat. I know, it's crazy. You're thinking right now, oh my god, but she's always so good, she doesn't fight the damage. And I just feel like, I don't know, I've never fought before, okay? I killed one person one time, and it wasn't nice. Thank you. And I think that maybe, I was wondering, especially from you, Daphne, since you're so cool. Maybe if somebody could like help me out with this, with strategy and stuff, because I don't know what I'm doing while I'm out there. And that's it. And I'm sorry that I hurt you. You. I don't think I hurt you.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
You still have plenty of time.
So yeah, that's it.
Indeed.
That's good if you want to improve, but don't worry. We think we've never perceived you as a burden.
Or a threat.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe. Just agree. I agree.
I'm sorry.
And I want just to tell you this. Yeah, combat is a bit shaky, and it's fine. But first you were like, "I'm terrible." That's nonsense, Ida. You're a very clever and like adventurous young lady. You're very young, and you're already on the road like this. It's amazing, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's normal if you make mistakes.
You are really
Yeah.
strong. You just have to learn how to use your strength.
That's very wise. Channel it.
You know how they say, with great power and great responsibility.
Maybe. I read that somewhere.
Nobody even died yet.
With great powers come great occasions and opportunities to hurt your friends.
That I will take. That I regularly take on the regular.
fucking do it again.
I'm not good with words in this kinds of situation. Could I provide you with waffles? I could get some
You
more
already
waffles.
did, so that's really nice. But if you want to get more, I won't stop you.
I'll go. No, could get some more waffles.
okay.
Same thing.
Alright.
Double
No more
butter
waffles. Say that they've been cleaned out by the assembled crowd of experience.
Edna,
Well.
would you like to make like a ranking of how good we are as a group in battle?
First, it's me.
Alright.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright.
Davna first.
Great.
Then,
doubt.
Possible fact that it's creature up, but I
Yeah,
feel like
but-
Kiki really blasted it.
Well,
Kiki's really good too. I
Yeah.
think you and Kiki are both on the same level of skills.
That's nice.
And then Snow. I'm just gonna take out my journal.
So as this transpires,
After I said that I'm the best, I'm the best, and then I don't care.
then you're all the same. So as this transpires, comes up to the room you are all standing in at the moment, since you both moved to the room to heal. You hear knocking. Oops, managed to hit. You hear knocking on the door.
Yeah. Hello?
Yep.
Hello, it is the. I'm so sorry.
He doesn't know his own name.
I completely.
Who are you?
Yeah,
Why
what's
should
your
we
name?
trust you?
I am Master Aurel, the
Mr. Lord.
Archmage. We've met each other yesterday.
Yes, you were the...
Is
The
it
dwarf and...
conjuration? Conjuration fella?
Yeah, conjuration.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, correct. I can't read my own handwriting, that's my problem right now.
So he is the master of the school of conjuration.
She is the master of conjuration, yes.
So she's the mistress of conjuration.
Indeed.
Okay, and Master Agrahal was the one of evocation.
Evocation.
And there was the Archmage Hugh.
Hugh. Oh.
There was Divination.
Divination. And there are like 6 more that you haven't yet
I want
met.
to know necromancy because I think it's going to be a
Sorry?
very messed up fella. Necromancy.
It's actually like the most normal.
Potentially.
It's actually Karen.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's literally with a suit and tie. It's just like, I really like bread.
my favorite sandwich, white bread. Just
Sorry.
Gotta love it.
Can I enter?
I love me some water.
Come in.
And she opens the door. And you see Archmage Orel, as you kind of saw her yesterday. She has a bit of a heavy, but yeah. But as you all have, kind of. But she comes in the room and goes, "Hi, good morning. I hope I've been informed by my colleagues that you have been sleeping here this night, and I'm glad. I mean, that's definitely good. So, I am here because I am going to see you off. I want to thank you for what you have done for this library, and I thought appropriate to give you a couple things in exchange for your service. After all, you have, well, provided us with one interesting experience, and the creature you have brought up is definitely going to be interesting in some way or another.
Keep us updated on whatever happens to the creature. Keep us updated.
Oh, indeed. I believe somebody has been arranged to contact you
Marie.
if necessary.
Sorry.
Oh, it's no matter. I've just met him a second ago. So I would like for you to have a couple things, and takes out from a pouch. There is like this small brown leather satchel, essentially, and from it takes out a couple of simple glass spectacles. And these are the spectacles that our late Lady Nilyr used, and since Archmage Otyugh and Archmage Katan couldn't decide who should keep them, I have decided to solve the issue and give them to you, and hands them to you. And they are, if I find them,
What is it gonna be?
Can I just try to and just put it on? Doesn't change anything.
kind of doesn't,
blind.
but you receive the eyes of minute seeing,
Oops.
Me?
whoever has them.
So Kiki actually.
I would say,
No. She was all, giving them to me, and then she interjected. Like,
and you're given these items with a brief description of what they do, so that you don't have to. Also,
Do you see better?
Can I take a look at what they do, please?
Maybe a little, but you know.
in addition, I have been instructed to provide you also with a real payment, and hands to you a bag, and this is 1,000 gold pieces.
Major bag.
Well,
thank you.
You're welcome. It is required that you leave the corpse of the Otyugh to us, though, so I hope you haven't touched it.
The corpse of the... Oh.
Otyugh. Yes, we kind of need that.
No, we didn't touch it.
I didn't touch
We fought it, but we didn't.
Fine, we take the poison is not considered. Like, touch the corpse, because parts of that you would know are very relevant. And potentially expensive. So essentially they are paying to you also the Otyugh.
Oh well, you see, I Actually, knowing about the value, I took these 6 vials of poison from it.
You're fine, you can
want-
keep those. No, you
Oh,
don't need
alright.
Well,
them. You can harvest much more from the inside.
I actually may have touched it a little bit.
What did you take?
Nothing, I just healed it.
No,
The Otyugh.
The Otyugh.
The giant
the other
thing with
creature,
three
yeah,
legs.
sorry.
Tentacle guy.
No, nobody touched it.
Three-legged, three-tentacle guy.
The hentai guy.
There. Okay. Yeah, all clear.
So,
Thank you.
well, thank you for
Thank you
your
very much.
service, and also I have one little last thing to give you, and hands you a couple, like 2 feathers. I obviously forgot the card, but these feathers you can manifest a large bird to carry you wherever you may need. They are fairly rare, so use them with sparingly. Also, they one use, so
that
be
was
very
what I was
mindful.
going to ask.
So one feather.
I was promised a
feather.
pearl.
Sorry, yes, I was gonna say I have detracted from the 1,000. I have detracted 100 gold pieces, and in exchange, I have placed in the bag a large pearl
Thank you very
that
much.
you requested.
Thank you very much. You can, of course, when we split the money, you can keep your part.
Oh, the money?
Yeah, you can split it between the 4 of you. I have what I need with the pearl.
We can split the money?
You thought it was all for you.
No, I thought it was all for you. I can have some more money.
Yeah, of course. I
Whoa.
think you should split it 4 way between the
Sure,
four of you.
How do you split it?
I'm not
In
good at
one
math.
part,
250, 250, 250, and 250.
250?
right?
And what about you?
I don't need it. I already have the pearl.
Well, but,
Well, it doesn't seem fair though.
yeah.
If we're splitting it, then everybody
I'm not
gets.
good at
I can
math.
split
I'm
my
just
part with you.
I'm gonna do
Sorry.
it in my mind really quickly.
It's called, if you want to look it up, I found it. It's called feather token bird.
Tolkien.
What?
Okay, so
Um,
is it 1,000?
Why
It's
didn't
not
they use
1,000
the
because
eagles?
It's subtracted
Alright.
100, so it's 900.
They could easily flown into Mordor, thrown the ring.
It should be 200 at
There
each
is a
one,
reason
but
why.
to know it's 100 because she spent 100 for the pearl.
So,
Oh, yeah, got you.
So
I thank
The pearl
you.
was gifted. It was.
No,
No,
it was
it was-
subtracted.
Oh, it was attracted.
So you got the pearl and a
200, 200, 200, 200, 100.
Okay, gotcha.
God, this is a lot of gold.
Yeah.
A lot of money, yeah?
Well, I'm glad
Thank you very much.
you
Thank
feel
you.
adequately.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, very nice. So, I think your business here is complete. We will get in touch with you if we need further assistance.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good day.
I'm sorry. No, never mind. Thanks.
Please.
No, thanks.
Okay. So, I will see you if fate so chooses. Take care. And closes the door behind her. And you hear the footsteps.
So what do we do now?
I kind of want to spend this.
We're gonna go shopping.
Hey.
You know, if we can't, we have 2 options in front of us. We can either go back to Saints Landing if you want to.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you can go back.
I think I owe you an apology. I don't know much about. I thought about what you said yesterday, and I just don't want people to have their freedom limited by what someone says. And most
Simon
of
says?
Simon says. Yes.
Fuck Simon.
Fuck Simon.
If you're close, Simon, fuck you.
Legally obliged to say that's not true.
And authority most of the times, and at least in my experience, it's been quite oppressive, and I don't want that for people. And
Right. Let's.
I know it's maybe naive or yeah.
Okay, I thank you for thinking about what I said, but I don't want you to necessarily think the way I do or think.
Oh, I would not. But
Yeah. I mean, the point is, you can do whatever you want, but I have every right to point out when you're being hypocritical, you know, because you're not fighting to end authority, you're fighting to put another authority in its place. And when I told you that, I wasn't trying to convince you of anything. I never told you before. I had a feeling that you were more of a free spirit, and that's all right. I just saw you being a little lost, and when you're lost, it can be useful to have someone lead you down a road, you know? If you're able to find happiness and worth by being free, that's fine. My mother told me that there are some people who can do it. I just think that the majority of people can't. I can't. You know?
I will.
So it was just something to reflect on, and a little suggestion if you were lost and conflicted in the moment, you know?
Thank you.
I want to see you happy.
In the meanwhile, Davna was like playing with the spectacles all the time.
You essentially see that like the very
She seems happy.
Yes. Very simple in that way.
the peculiar effect of these spectacles you notice is that they essentially autofocus on whatever you're looking and allows you to observe it in very accurate detail.
But does it like have that effect that who's looking at me will have like a really big eye, you know?
Well, yeah.
Like,
I mean, she's very
I was thinking exactly about that.
She's very simple. Look at this, and I will pull out my pearl and like.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a rock, but it's still really cool.
Indeed. So, what would you like to do?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were talking about. So, what are we going to do?
I have a little young master for now, but I should maybe ask around to see if anybody has seen where he's going.
What was the lead? I forgot.
Betty,
You
he
gathered
was
that
here.
that just like a few days back he has been here. Sorry? A few days back he has been to the library and allegedly attempted the test, but having nothing prepared essentially, was rejected.
Okay, so you got that on. Okay, sure. Oh,
My agenda. Vernal. Yeah,
Bernal Zalalbar.
Friends of friends remember other friends' names.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay.
Well, there's also I know it's fresh to this group, but I have no clue where Akram is.
I thought I was just playing hide and seek in the tower.
I thought so too, but I can't find him anywhere.
He's really good at hide and seek.
I don't think he is. Well, not at least while we were at the circus, he was not very good at it. He's
Is
tall.
it because he's
He's
got
tall. He's
flaming
got
hair?
flaming hair.
But he can turn into a weasel now.
He couldn't do that.
Well,
Trousers. No, sorry.
he found the information he was looking for. You have also to
Maybe
understand that.
he's looking for his parents alone.
Maybe
I
he's
know,
waiting, maybe...
Well, but we settled that the parents were gonna get to us. So what is he doing now? I forgot
That's my
about that.
point. I have no clue where he is.
He
and
don't
I'm
want to listen.
actually a bit worried.
So many missing people.
Maybe he wants to meet them on his own.
I mean, that is also like we will not be able to always be the mediator between him and his parents. Maybe he understood that it's something that he has to do.
What if
on
he got
his own.
worried about what happened in the city and went back to
No, I
Central?
hope not.
I don't think you wouldn't have told us.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry if we can decide on
No, but
what to
that's
do,
true.
but I really want to at least
Maybe we
ask.
should ask around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think that's the priority.
We can ask for both Ikram and Vernal at the same time.
Yeah,
See
let's just go around.
yeah,
and decide what.
maybe someone in the tower is.
I don't want you to lose sight of
Well,
Ikram if that's.
I'm worried.
Yeah,
Just
that's
worried.
fine.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I can help you with that.
Okay.
And I'm sorry if I'm dragging you into this.
No, it's
This is fine. He can't
He's my
really
friend,
take
too.
care of himself.
So,
Let's go.
if you wish to ask around,
Yes.
who is helming the research for Akram and I assume Vernal? So,
Yeah. Sadly, yeah, I am. With my -1 charisma,
Yes.
I am helping.
make me a charisma check. Very general.
Not so good.
No.
8.
Okay, so you start wandering around the tower, kind of aimlessly, asking random people about the whereabouts of sorry?
Other random people.
Of other random people.
Well, if you
basically.
say it like that, of course it sounds stupid.
Every plan when you explain it sounds stupid.
But and it is quite the time. How much did you get?
Natural one.
So it is about most probably 2 hours that you wander aimlessly asking around when you finally come in contact with a person that as you like describe Akram is one of the
Flaming red hair.
Yes.
Tall, lanky. Moves.
It is how I heard it. It was like you're speaking with one of the clerks, which is one of those that has like no facial hair, and it's looking at you intently. I think I have seen a person. So maybe you are those. So and like starts looking around. Oh shit! Follow me for a second, would you? And leads you to one like you are one of the arms that leads outwards from the central elevator, about midpoint at this point, of the tower, and you follow this person up to a table where kind of a lot of looks like a small studying room, almost arranged in a side alcove in a corridor, and from this here, like he starts rummaging through some papers and takes out a folded letter. So this is for you, I guess. This person came up to me and told me I had to deliver this letter to a group of friends, never explaining who they were, and simply vanished through a portal in a fireplace. I have no idea, but your friend is cool. Like, how cool is he? How does he do here?
Are you sure that is hot? Maybe.
Well, very hot. Like, yes, he was.
Did he have those like things on his feet, like
Adidas.
White.
Yes.
Oh, that is golden.
Adidas.
Adidas.
Yes, Adidas. Very
It
recognizable.
was definitely him.
It was definitely.
Can you read that?
Hey, sorry for before. I kinda got lost and couldn't trace my steps back. Did you know that in the upper floors there's a full-blown star?
What
How
the?
cool is that?
Pretty cool,
Oh
honestly.
yeah, sorry. Real cool thing is that I actually maybe I found my parents. I mean, I was in front of a fireplace, okay, and the fire just flared up. And in the center there's like this charred stone door. It kinda sounds like it could send me to a different dimension like my parents told us by spell before. And I'm about to enter, so yeah, I wanted to let you know that I probably won't be back for dinner. I don't really know when I'm going to be back, actually. But I'll definitely let you know. I think I'm gonna leave this letter here. Someone will find it and give it to you. On second thought, I should probably give it to someone. Okay, don't know why I'm writing this. Bye-bye. See you.
This was definitely awkward.
Oh no.
And it's signed Ephraim. I am...
I'm gonna miss him instead.
Don't say that, please!
This other dimension without getting prepared, he's dead.
Look at how many exclamation points are in this letter.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
That is...
It was so funny.
He said,
He was my friend! And is the guy still there?
Yes.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
No. Like, no.
No, alright. Maybe he's not dead. Maybe if he went to the plane of fire, he's resistant to
plane of
fire. It sounds like, I mean, I don't know, but it could be. I know a
He's
bit
a
about...
fire, you know.
Yeah, he's a fire guy. If it's a fire guy, maybe in fire he's actually being chill right now. It's a bit of a contradiction, but...
well, we knew that his parents were on another plane. I don't understand how...
place.
Well, yeah, I know, but at the same time, first of all, how did this happen?
Where did this happen?
Up.
How did
Like-
you just open portals to other planes?
We don't know how his power works.
Did he do that?
Well, if he could
I don't
have...
know, he opens the portal. I don't think there's this open portal every time.
If you could help, what I saw is that I was passing by, and this Akram person approached me with this letter and said to give it to his friends and then run into this door.
And what happened to the door?
It vanished.
Instantly?
Well, kind of.
Well,
It's not something we can do anything about right now. Really. And I'm sorry, I kinda like that guy. Sometimes we like headbutted, but
The flaming boy.
Well,
He's not dead.
well, he could have said... He could have said bye, that's all I'm saying. He just left a letter.
well, I guess it's just us. So,
I guess.
Well, listen. If this happened, I'm honestly... There's definitely a reason why. Portals just don't open in front of people. If maybe, you know, they said, Ekron's parents said that they would find us. So I'm thinking that maybe they found him. Portals to other planes just don't open in front of random people. It doesn't work like that. If it worked like that, then it would be really easy to just go in another dimension.
I'm for other reasons, but I'm with Ida on this one. I mean, you said it was like a charred door, right?
Yes.
And a big
Charred
fire. It
stone
seemed
door that opened up in a fireplace.
Yeah, it seems really related to fire. It would be too much of a coincidence if a portal related to fire opened up in front of a random guy who happened to be a flame boy, you know?
And also he survived before he met us, so
Yeah.
I hate to admit it, but he knows what to do. Or at least how to protect
I really
himself.
hope so.
He will be fine.
I get
I
this
think.
isn't easy.
Do you need a minute?
We if you want, we can find this fireplace and see if the portal open. But that's basically what we can do right now.
I also don't think he would want us to. If he wanted for us to come with him, we were like 2 floors downstairs. He would have called. He could have screamed. I think it's something he wants to do on his own. At least for now.
What if it's not? What?
We can't do anything about that right now. We were thinking about what to do since Landis is... We don't know what is happening there. We have a lot on our plate right now. Have a little faith faith in the guy.
I
He
do.
were the damn Adidas everywhere.
That's
Don't
very
know.
brave.
That's really brave. Like, they're horrible.
Let them multi-silver.
Yeah, if you need a minute, we'll just go to, I don't know, the cafeteria and get some donuts.
I'll find. I want. I don't know.
Can I help you find a fireplace? Or do you want it to be left alone?
I don't know.
Alright, I'll help you find the fireplace then.
I don't know what to say. I don't. I'm worried. I don't know if this is anything he. Look, he's a great guy.
It's a guy.
He can be very naive at times. Very naive at times.
No, really? We didn't. It's not working.
And maybe you even feel a little bit abandoned because he went away without saying anything to you after you've been friends for some time.
No. No.
Inside check.
You know,
Please do.
I guess sometimes
Oh, bullshit. Laura.
Old door horse 23.
Oh! I'm totally not kidding.
sometimes people up and leave without an explanation, and you have to
Cope with it.
go and find them if they're on your same plane. I get it. I really get it.
Listen. That is the thing. Sometimes,
I'm with you.
good.
I'm always.
Sometimes, people leave and there's not really a reason why. What you can do is, at least he left something. You know where he's going. You know what he felt when he was going. And we know that he was here at some point.
Yeah, some fuckers don't even do that, you know?
Yeah, they don't sometimes. So you should just.
For now.
You good? So I think you should just respect what he clearly wanted to do. And I am mad too that he didn't say goodbye.
Yeah.
I still think he will come back with like hundreds of Adidas or things like that. So
I hope so.
Me, Mary.
Yeah. Who knows where he got him?
Yeah,
probably directly from hell, just.
it's fine. I'll need a minute, but it's fine. It's. Okay. If you say. I will trust him, but I would like to maybe know more about this, just in case it's not.
We'll try again in the future.
Yeah,
Maybe they will still contact us. We don't know.
That's
Maybe we'll have ways of contacting other people in the future, like the White Hands guy.
true.
So
If it happens, maybe we could also look for information about
This shard door, yes.
planar traveler or something
Yes.
like that.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Let me help you with.
Yeah.
Since you all helped me, I would like to help you with.
Take your time. I can.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
can do it. You don't have to push yourself if you don't want to. That's just.
No, I do. I want to.
All right.
I think I can help you too.
Okay.
Level of an 8.
After a couple, your search goes in parallel, essentially, and yours actually comes up a bit differently, in the sense that many people remember this Fernal. Sense that many people remember the bit of a scene that he made, and but nobody, you struggled to find somebody that could really point you towards some direction, until you meet one of the students of the academy, the one that you actually remember from the morning, that is coming essentially down a hallway where you are going the opposite direction, and you know, why not try? You ask them, and is the girl that Mori was talking to actually, who with this very warm smile answers your question, and well, actually, I've had the pleasure to interact a little bit with your master, Vernal Zalalbar. I was very interested in the Zalalbar family. I've studied them in my research, and well, let's say that it was a bit different from what I was expecting, but he still had many of the traits of behavior and... Oh, sorry, I'm getting out of myself. Well, as we were speaking, he told me that he wanted to go back home, actually. And so, you know, he told me he was going to Sin's Landing, and from there he would have taken the boat back. And I was very confused because I was like, aren't you a Zalelvar? Like, shouldn't you just teleport around? And so, yeah, I remember that. But, well...
Thank you very much.
Oh, well, you're
Just
welcome.
Side question. When you were saying like he had many of the traits, what were you referring to?
Well, certainly the behavior, you know, that kind of signature look of superiority that that many of the Zalelvars tend to take, and also, well, the external appearance was quite telling.
Can't wait to meet this guy.
Just imagine the head of the Zalelvar family as Christopher Lee.
With scales.
With scales, yes.
So I hope I've been of
Thank
some
you very
assistance.
much.
I was not really, you know, intent to remember the conversation actually, but this detail caught my eye. Curious, really.
Thank you.
And yeah, and why are you looking for him, if I may?
Family matters.
Oh,
you know.
I'm sure. But
Thank you.
you're welcome. Anytime. And keeps walking by in her direction.
I would say back to Sin's Landing.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. I know where he is now. Let's go.
What is it that he wants to do in Saint's Landing?
He wants to go back home.
Why does he want to go back home?
Probably.
I guess we'll find out.
I will meet him.
It's me. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we say goodbye to the Library of Thalor.
Goodbye, library. Let's go.
Yeah. No, let's say hi to Mori. It's
Marie!
Mori. Yeah, I stopped myself. Yeah, Mori. Before we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you track down Marie, and he is actually in a lesson at the moment. He's following one of the lessons of the Dwarven Archmage that you met the morning. But so you have to wait about half an hour that lecture ends, and but you can finally catch him as he exits with like a pack of books in hand, and like tries to shake your hand and almost makes it all fall. Seems pleased to see you and salute you as you leave.
Well, Mori, we are leaving.
I understand that, yes.
I know. We had made such good friends with you. But now we are leaving you. And I am sorry. Goodbye, Mori.
It's been a pleasure. Have fun.
Yes, it's been
Continue to study.
complex, but yes, pleasure gone.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a portal open up from a fireplace?
Seems oddly specific. No, I've never
Yes.
seen portals in general. It's not my purview.
You have knowledge of a charred stone door that opens up from fire?
Can't say I have.
I have a question,
Yeah.
Mori. Listen, Mori. Is this the best place in the world, or in Wildring? I don't know about that other continent up there, where you can learn about like planar stuff, like
Well,
other dimensions which are real, may come as a shocker.
I would say that as far as I know, yes. That doesn't mean that I know everything about Wildring, but
Sure.
as far as I know, usually you can find all kind of answers here, so...
Why do you have a star here?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Well,
We want to get everything out of the way before we leave.
well,
We're coming back.
the magical energy required to keep aloft a place this magnitude is not something that you can find in your average, residuum. So they had to find a better power source, let's say, and to keep it contained and
And they
use its
chained
power.
a fucking star?
Yes.
I guess not everybody has like dragon blood available at hand every day of the week.
That seems a bit extra. Anyway, Mori.
So
is
they
there
fucking star. Yeah, no, I know dragon blood is so much better. I know.
Being literal, but
Is there any way that I can get a book that I'm gonna bring back about planar stuff? I do not know much about it.
Make a persuasion check.
Come, why? I'm just asking
can
a
I help
question.
her out?
I will
Or-
help her. I already said it. All right.
Is there
Yeah.
Sure.
persuasion?
I would also have to ask a favor to Murray.
Well, yes,
You go.
if I can.
Bestie, you go.
Guys.
Okay.
To everyone, there's a natural 20.
Nice. How many dice did you roll today? 2.
That's
Amazing. Fine, I guess we can arrange something.
Thank you.
But you
you.
will have to wait for a moment here.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I was helping Ida by adjusting my neckline.
Make a charisma.
I'm flat, please. Please do anyway.
Well, Mori.
Yes. Just a...
Well, this needs to have some sort of
This is amazing.
Come on.
You know,
Do we
you
get the
played with
time?
me. You know how bad I roll usually. This is reverse luck.
So-
this is amazing.
Do we get the feeling that he's like,
You seduced the young NPC.
I did not. I didn't want.
But you get him in the sense that he has some taste for,
furries?
You made out for it.
So, Cosmo.
I just wanted to ask you if there's a person that is really precious to me, and I want to see if she is good, and I want to talk to her. Do you have any way for me to talk to this person?
Me personally, unfortunately not. But,
Ivan did.
Wasn't he called before?
I don't know.
sorry?
Ivan did. Didn't Ivan have like the message thing?
It's the one that
Pretty sure his name was Agar, but...
to Arken's parents.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who you're speaking about, but you could technically ask one of the clerics if they are willing to expend such energy for your sake. It's not given.
Ivan will be willing, we're friends.
I don't know this person.
Can I have the book?
I'll go fetch it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he disappears for about 10 minutes. And you feel like you see all these like students leave the place, and then after about 5 minutes, they come back to the next room, essentially in line, and another lesson begins there. But still, there's no Marie to be seen. However, after about 10 minutes, he comes back a bit sweaty with a book and hands it to you. It's a large blue leather-bound tome with a large golden engraving on the title that says "The Magic of the Plains."
Thank you.
And
I'm gonna bring it back, I swear.
I
Yeah.
am certain of it.
Yeah, don't worry, Marie, we're gonna bring it back.
So,
He's gonna believe you.
basically,
Goodbye, Marie.
Good.
Goodbye, Marie.
Bye, Marie.
I'll just take and die.
but I am glad to have made your acquaintance, and
Thank you.
I'm sure
Have a
you
nice
are.
he goes back to his lesson.
Played him like a fiddle.
You see him exit real quick, take the books that he forgot on the table, and go back to the lesson. So,
Two Cents Landing.
Cents Landing!
Woo!
Para, para, para. So,
To a broken city with
you emerge from the large gates.
Didn't you want to send a message to your mom?
Sorry, you're right.
Actually.
Okay. You track down a person that is probably able to help you, and actually you have to pass a couple before you find one that agrees to send this message. You describe, to the best of your ability, your mother to, correct, I assume?
Yeah.
To this person, and they sit on a chair and have that moment of concentration that you've seen already happen. What would you like to convey?
You have 25 words. 25. So, hi, it's me, Cosmo. I'm fine. I found a cure for your disease. I'm coming. How are you?
Okay. And but and you wait a second, and the clerk looks back at you and says, "There's no response. I'm sorry. I can't help you about that."
Can you just tell me if you received the message?
Well, kinda looked like, but it's difficult to tell, honestly. So,
That's good to me. Thank you.
you're welcome. But after this, you finally manage to complete all your tasks in the library, and as such, you exit one last time through the large gate and cross the light bridge, soft under your feet, past the shimmering force wall at the entrance, and you're back into Outer Wildring. As the sun is now coming to its zenith, today is relatively warmer than the previous, and you feel it is a good day to travel and start heading towards the city of St. Landing. And here is where we're going to end tonight's episode. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, players. And
Thank you,
catch
Dice.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dice. Yeah.
For real.
And catch you next week. So bye-bye.
Congratulations.
Have a good one, and see you.
See you.